A 60-second or even longer AI UGC ad is now possible on complete autopilot. I finally figured this thing out after working on it for a couple of days. I built an n8n AI automation where you just upload an image of your product, add a quick description, and that's it. The workflow generates any length of AI UGC ad you want with the same consistent character and then automatically combines all the clips together at the end. Let's look at a few examples first, and then I'll show you how this thing works step by step.
I cannot get over how soft these bristles are. Look at this gradient. It just feels amazing on the skin and applies product so smoothly. Wow, this blends everything so fast. Actually feels super soft. Okay, obsessed now. My makeup has looked flawless since using this brush. I totally recommend this.
Staying hydrated is super important, especially after a workout. It helps with recovery and keeps your energy levels up throughout the day. Still icy cold, even after that workout. Honestly, staying hydrated with this bottle feels effortless. Game changer. If you're serious about staying hydrated, you need this in your gym bag.
All right, awesome. So what you saw, those demos or those videos, was basically this URL where this basically combines all these clips together and gives you a nice little one video URL where then you can download it or upload it to social media. All right, now let's go ahead and start fresh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a blank canvas. If you're new to n8n, go ahead and create a account. You can click on the link in the description. It gives you a free trial that you can test out. So once you come here, now I'm going to go ahead and start with the demo so that we can see how we can just upload an image and a quick description, and then it goes through the different notes, and I'm going to explain everything. So now I'm going to go ahead, for those of you who are part of my community, you can just go to the classroom section here. You can come to advanced level and go to social media. In the bottom, it says long form AI UGC ad. If you just scroll down to the bottom, and obviously all of the resources are here. Most importantly, the blueprint. If you just download this, then you can go back to your n8n, click on these three dots and just import from file, choose that file that you just downloaded. Okay. And everything gets brought over, including all of the prompts, all of the nodes, and everything else you need. All you have to do is just update your credentials. All right. So let's go ahead and do a quick demo here. So what I'm going to do is just click on execute workflow. What this is going to do is this is going to pop up this form here. So what this means is that now we have to add a product image and then also a quick description. So for product image, I'm just going to choose this makeup brush. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. All right. So then I'm going to go back here and go to this pop-up form here. I'm just going to choose that file or that screenshot. And then I'm also going to add a quick description here. So I just said, a 22-year-old female model talks about this amazing makeup brush, something very simple. So as soon as I click on submit, what this is going to do is it's going to initiate the workflow. As you can see right here, this is kind of spinning. So let me zoom in to these different areas. There you go. So the first step is creating the image here. So I uploaded the image here, and now it's going to create a new image with NanoBanana. By the way, this is the version 2 of n8n, so that's why you're seeing, you're no longer seeing that little spinny thing, which I kind of missed, to be honest. But anyways, this looks cool too. So what this is going to do is going to generate the image with NanoBanana. Afterwards, the second step, this is where there's going to create the UGC ad videos with VO 3.1. And you'll see I have like 3 different sections here. It says create intro video with VO 3.1, create continuation video 1, continuation video 2. And this is where now you can keep basically copy and pasting this section if you want to keep adding to this, right? As far as the length of the video. But as you guys know, VO3, if you've used it before, it generates, I think, 8 seconds. So that's why if you want to, let's say, have a 60-second video or 40-second video, you just keep copying and pasting these things. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But let's go ahead and let this thing run through the whole thing. As you can see, it's right now creating the first intro trip and the intro clip, and then it's going to go ahead and create the second one and the third one, and then at the end it's going to combine it, right? So while this is processing, let's go ahead and take a look at each step. So this first one right here, uploading image. So this is just a form submission. This is a very simple form submission. As you can see, we just upload our image there, an image of our product, and a little description. Every n8n triggers starts with a form submission. And by the way, this is essentially the previous version of this that I had created with VO 3.1. Now, of course, I extended it to make sure that it adds these different clips and then also combines them at the end. So it's basically a continuation of the free workflow. And by the way, if you want this particular workflow, this one, so that way you can get started there, just comment UGC ads, and I'll send you a link on where you can download this completely for free. All right, so the next step is generating the NanoBanana image here, because obviously after this image is uploaded, and by the way, after the form submission, what we need to do is we need to upload this into our Google Drive. So that's why I have this Google Drive account where we're uploading this image to our Google Drive, so that way we can have a link, a URL to this particular image from basically on the web, so that way we can have access to it and use it on our following notes. So after the Google Drive, we have this describe image node. This is basically using OpenAI's analyze image analyzer node. All I'm doing is I'm just giving this text prompt saying, hey, analyze this image that the user has uploaded, and this is the URL for that particular image. By the way, I literally just dragged it from here to here because this is that image that got uploaded to our Google Drive. And then this basically outputs all of the details of that particular image. As you can see on the right hand side here, it shows the color scheme, the name of the brand, and everything else. I think you can see it better in the next node. Yep, in the image prompt right here. So the next step is now generating a prompt, so that way we can create the image with the product with NanoBanana Pro or NanoBanana 2, right? So this particular image prompt generator, this is just an AI agent. So if I maximize the prompt here, the user prompt here, I'm just saying your task is to create an image prompt as guided by your system guidelines. Make sure the reference image is depicted as accurately as possible. And all I'm doing is literally just dragging and dropping the description and the image detail that our previous node generated, right? So you can see this is a description, and these are all of the descriptions of the image that our OpenAI image analyzer generated, including the name of the product, the color scheme, and everything else. So afterwards, the system message, same thing. This is just, we're giving this long system prompt. And by the way, you don't have to put this prompt. I just made it a little lengthy to make sure it covers everything. But this basically says that your job is to generate the image prompt as a UGC builder, right? Your job is to take the description of the image and the person, the description of the image and the user description of the product and generate an image prompt. And that's all it does. This uses the AI agent uses OpenAI's GPT 4.1 to generate this prompt image right here. So let me step out of this. As you can see, this structured output parser, this is just me telling it to only output one JSON output called image prompt. That's it. So it's very, very simple. And obviously I'm using OpenAI chat model to have this basically the brain of this particular AI agent. All right, and then afterwards, what we're doing is we're creating the image, and I'm using NanoBanana Pro. I'm reaching out to NanoBanana Pro via fal.ai. Again, you don't have to use fal.ai. Fal.ai is similar to Kai.ai or all these other providers that give you the ability to reach out and talk to multiple large language models or AI models. But feel free to use any of these platforms that you prefer. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. Yeah, so we're reaching out to fal.ai to NanoBanana Pro, and what we're doing is we're just giving it that prompt, that the image prompt that was generated from our previous AI agent, along with our image URL, which was basically the that product image that we uploaded. And now this is going to go ahead and send this to NanoBanana. As you can see, it says status in queue, which means that now it's processing that. So the next node is putting a wait node, because we need to make sure that we wait till this gets processed. So I'm just putting a 40-second wait node. And then I'm using this GET request to grab the URL of that image. So this is the URL of that image that got generated, which is basically the product image with that 22-year-old model or whatever the description of the user is. All right. So now afterwards, after this image is generated, this is the important part here. What I'm doing is now I'm sending the same image to 3 different nodes. The first one is going to be creating the introduction video clip, which is the 8-second video clip, right? So these are all the same exact thing, all these different sections. So let me go ahead and go through the first one. Same thing, just like we created a AI agent to generate the image prompt. Now we have to create an AI agent to generate the video prompt. Same thing. I'm just exactly like what we did with our image prompt. I'm literally dragging and dropping, and now I'm telling it that create a UGC style video prompt, right? And the same thing, the system prompt is just giving it a role saying you are a UGC video prompt builder from the reference image in a short description, blah, blah, blah. You just kind of give it all these details, and feel free to take a snapshot of this prompt if you want to create something similar to it. But essentially this outputs a video prompt. As you can see right here, it says a 22-year-old woman sits on her bed chatting about her favorite makeup brush. Something simple, right? But it's automatically generated by our AI agent, so that way we don't have to worry about creating prompts from scratch. So afterwards, same thing, just like we reached out to NanoBanana through Fal.ai. This time we're going to reach to Veo 3.1 with Fal.ai again with image to video endpoint this time. So as you can see right here, I'm reaching out to Veo 3.1 fast because the Veo 3.1 fast is a lot cheaper. And by the way, I'm going to talk about the pricing a little bit at the end as well. So afterwards, same thing, by the way, these credentials, this is just my header authentication. You just need to input your Fal.ai API key, and then we're sending this body. The body is essentially, so let me expand this a little bit. The body is the prompt, this video prompt, and then the image URL that got generated from our NanoBanana. That's all we're doing here. So afterwards, this is going to go ahead and it says status in queue, meaning that now it's going to go ahead and create our video. The next step, same thing. I'm just putting a 20-second wait node. And then here, I'm getting the status of this video because this does take a good minute or so for this to generate that first clip. So there you go. All I'm reaching out to Fal.ai to get the request status, and if its status says completed or it says in queue. So the next node is just basically same thing. I'm putting an if node to say, hey, if the status says completed, then move on to the next node and grab the URL. If not, go ahead and loop again. And that's what this wait node does. It just goes through, waits a couple of seconds, and loops through again. Afterwards, if the status is complete, this is going to give you a URL of this particular clip. And if I copy this and paste it here, and there you go, let's go ahead and take a look at this.
So this is the Hourglass brush. I absolutely love how soft it feels. Look at.
So there you go, right? But essentially it just creates your first clip. And then same thing on, so afterwards, now what it's going to do, it's going to go to the next one. But before we go to combining the clips, let's go ahead and take a look at the next few clips. Now here's where kind of the magic of continuation happens. This video prompt generator is super important. So this agent, because now in this one, we're telling it, hey, you are a UGC style continuation video prompt. This is the second video in a series, right? The first video introduced the product. Now show what happens next, using it, reacting to it, or discussing the benefits. So if you see that you're having issues, or if you want to change kind of the ad itself, this is where you can change and play around with the prompt. So that way it generates whatever style you're looking for, right? So same thing, you just give it that user, and then the system prompt is also very, very important. So I'm just saying your UGC continuation video prompt builder, create the second video in a UGC series. And you can basically just keep adding to this if you want to create like a 60-second or 70-second or whatever long AI UGC ad you want to create, right? But of course, it's going to cost you. So like I said, be careful there how many seconds you want to put in there. But that's exactly what it does. So now I'm just basically doing the same thing on repeat on, the second video, the third, fourth, whatever you want. It's basically each of these segments are 8-second clips. All of these other parts, they're the same exact thing as I explained earlier there. Nothing is different, right? And at the end, like I said, this is another video URL. So let me copy this, paste it in another browser. So this is the second clip. This is the second clip of that series. So this is 8 seconds again. So let's go ahead and play this.
Okay, I love how soft this is. Blends out so smooth, no streaks.
So there you go. As you can see, it's consistent character, right? That's important. And the reason why it's consistent character is because, again, these two videos, they're the same person, right? They're the same exact. I know this one looks a little weird because she has her eyes open like that.
So soft. How soft. I love how soft.
Pause this. There you go. Yeah, it's the same exact person, right? Like just, and the reason why it's doing that, it's capable of doing this is because, we are using our, the same image that NanoBanana created, right? So in this step, as you can see, the same image is being sent to all of these different sections of the video. So that's why it's the same person, the consistent character, but the video, our Veo 3 is basically Veo 3.1 is generating a continuation clip there. Now, of course, like if you try this and if you see that there are some kind of in the middle of these videos when it's combining, there's, a few pauses or weird things, then I'm going to show you exactly how to cut those out so that way it's perfectly continuous. All right, so same thing. The third one, if you click on the video prompt or the AI agent here, you can see this one, same thing. I'm just saying now your continuation video prompt. This is the third video in the series. So that's all you have to do is just update the continuation, whatever, whether it's a third video, fourth video, whatever it may be. Same thing on the system prompt. You're just saying you're the final video prompt builder, because I only did 3. So if you're doing like, third or fourth or fifth, just make sure that you're mentioning that to this video prompt generator, right? So that's why if you see the output here, it says still holding the sleek metallic brown hourglass brush, the model smiles softly and says blah blah blah, right? Well, like whatever it is, that's what it's gonna do there. So everything else is the same thing. All right, now the third and the final step is combining the video clips with FFmpeg. Now, FFmpeg, for those of you who are familiar with FFmpeg, it's basically, to put it in simple words, it combines video clips together using API. Super, really cool feature that gives you the ability to combine these clips. Again, I'm using File.ai, but if you find some other platform, feel free to use it there. So what this is doing is now we're merging all these different clips, all these 3 clips, right? So I'm just adding a merge node. So this is all I'm doing. Now afterwards, I'm clicking on this HTTP request node. This is where we're reaching out to FFmpeg to merge the videos. This is the same exact endpoint that's right here. So I'm grabbing this from this documentation right here. So feel free to check that out if you want to read more about it. But essentially same thing. I'm using the same header account, which is all the File.ai API key. And then in the bottom for the body itself. So what I'm doing is I'm basically grabbing all those 3 videos that got generated, right? So the intro, the continuation 1, continuation 2. Now, if you have 5 videos, just grab all of those and make sure you're saying resolution portrait 16:9. What this means is that this is going to make sure that it's on that vertical version there. So that's all it's doing. It's grabbing, it's grabbing all the clips, and there's nothing else going on here, and just basically combining them. So this takes, it's very quick. So I just put a 5-second wait just in case. And if we say that if the status is completed, move on to the next branch, which is basically grabbing the final URL. And this is the final URL. So if I just copy this, and there you go. So now, as you can see in the bottom here, it says 23 seconds, right? So if I could play this, now it's going to combine all of this thing together. Oop. So let me mute it. So you can see like now all of this is combined together in the same exact video, right? Because again, it's combined. And by the way, you can see right here, it says 14, 15. So you can see exactly that these are all the clips that are together. And the more you add, the more scenes you add, the more clips you add, it's going to continue to increase this number of seconds. Now, one thing that I noticed, once in a while, it does have this, kind of it stops. It doesn't stop. It's just at the beginning of the next clip. So if you want to get rid of that, what you can do is just, you can copy or you can download this. And the way to download is you click on these 3 dots, you click on download, and you can go to something like an iMovie or for example, I'm using Camtasia, and just literally cut that little part out, like that 0.1 second, to make it more natural. Again, that's just a preference, but if you want to just upload it, honestly, it's barely noticeable. But if you're creating a longer, let's say a 40-second, 50-second clip, and you want it to make sure it looks really good, you can do that. But overall, like I said, as you can see, it does combine the clips together really well, and the character is the same, and everything else looks very smooth. So that's basically the end product here, which is essentially the combined video right here. So that's pretty much it. Again, like all of this is, I know it kind of looks complicated. I mean, it is complicated, because this is, it took me a while, to be honest, to build this. But for those of you who are part of the community, like I said, all of the resources are here. The blueprint is the most important thing. And obviously, if you run into any kind of questions, please make sure you post them in the Ask and Assist channel. Myself or my team will help you out in building this thing out. And I'm going to also try to see if I can build this live on YouTube as well. So be on the lookout on that, because I'm going to start to do some live events. And for those of you who are new to n8n, if you want to learn how n8n works, I have a beginner's course, intermediate, advanced course. And if you want to learn how to make money with AI, we have an AI agency course that you can, day-to-day accountability guide, where we teach you in 5 weeks how to get your first client. Super helpful if you're into the AI automation space, so please feel free to check that out. But I'm going to put the link in the description. Hopefully I'll see you inside. Make sure you like, subscribe, because like I said, I'll be doing a few more of these, and I'm going to make an announcement on kind of going live on YouTube moving forward, whether it's building things or just hanging out and chatting about AI agency clients and everything else. So make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this helpful. Again, sorry I didn't want to go through this step by step. Otherwise, this would have been like a 5-hour video if I were to build this. But hopefully you found it helpful. Again, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if you want me to build something similar to this live on YouTube. Hopefully I will see you guys inside the community. If not, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.